Hello, my name is XONEVANT. Today is Monday, August the 4th, and this is your Daily Dose. Alright guys, so as you can tell by the title of this video, we have another one of these stupid, silly studies, man. I tell you, these guys with these PhDs, they just know more than I do. I have logic. I don't have a PhD. I have what they call logic. And sometimes, I would actually say most of the time, logic overrules a lot of these studies. You see what I'm saying? These people went to college, man. They got their PhDs. They did their time. And then they come out with these stupid studies that logic will tell you is absolutely just crazy, man. And you've seen me cover these studies on the channel before. Things like violence in video games, and you know, if you play violent video games, you're going to become a violent person, and all this. You've heard them on this channel. You've heard them all over the internet. Well, this particular study says, when I first read the headline, I was like, all right, okay, it's a positive study. Let's see how this thing swings. So the article is up on GameSpot right now, and it says an hour of video games per day can be beneficial to kids. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna check this article out, right? And it also says, new study says children who play games for a few hours a week were better adjusted and had fewer conduct problems than those who did not. So this study was actually published in Pediatrics, and it's also been featured on Today and BBC. But now here's when it gets crazy. Here's when it takes a turn on the crazy train. Toot toot. We've seen this before. It says when children started playing games 1 to 3 hours a day, the positive effects fell away. According to the study of 5,000 girls and boys aged 10 to 15, children who played even more than that were more likely to have issues with hyperactivity and inattention, show a lack of compassion for others, and generally feel less satisfied with life. Come on, people. No. Here's the logic. I'm gonna hit you up with the logic train right quick. Now, I don't have a PhD. I don't have a quote unquote higher education, right? And I'm not knocking people who have PhDs. That's not what I'm saying here. I applaud people who go to school and do their thing. But come on, people. Logic sometimes you don't have to have formal education to make sense. I mean, these studies need to be showing one thing, people, and that's the parents. And that's the one thing that these studies never show, is their parents. Because your parents have a lot to do with the way that you are when you are a kid. They have a lot to do. They influence you the most when you are a kid. Now, maybe when you get up in age, it becomes more of a friend thing, and maybe your friends can influence you and stuff like that. But when you're a kid, 10 years old, your parents are the ones that are influencing you and building up those characteristics in you, whether you're going to be a nice person or not. I mean, they're influencing that. They ultimately, you know, can't decide that for you because you're your own individual, but they are shaping you at a young age. You know, maybe you go through a divorce at a young age, or your parents just, you know, don't care about you and what you do on your own time and that sort of thing. Or maybe you have parents who are on drugs, or you know, they drink all the time and stuff like that. Then to me, that's a way bigger of an influence on you than a video game. In fact, I would argue that the video game is your way of not thinking about all the nonsense going on in your life. Your video games are a way of escaping those things, and maybe without the video game, you might be a whole lot worse off. So I would actually argue the opposite, that video games may in fact be more healthy than not playing video games. Video games are nothing more than a hobby, just like art, just like playing the piano, just like playing the violin. I mean, is somebody going to literally come out with a study tomorrow that says, you know, if somebody plays their violin for more than an hour a day, they become homicidal people who, you know, want to commit suicide and kill people and all these other atrocities? I mean, are we really going to go that far with these crazy studies? Because you can say that about anything. I could find somebody tomorrow who commits a crime, find out what they do for more than an hour a day, and blame the crime on that. Because that's exactly what these nonsensical studies do. Logic, people. Logic, people. It all comes down to your parents and the way you are brought up in this world. To me, that defines you as you get older in life. It doesn't mean that it's going to be ironclad. I mean, your parents could raise you, you know, to be a very nice person, but you get 15, 16, 17, 18 years old and you just decide to be mean to everybody. Well, you know, your parents tried. At the end of the day, you get to choose. I mean, we know that there was 5,000 girls and boys aged 10 to 15, but we don't know what their family life is like. We don't know if they're poor, middle class, rich. We don't know if they come from drug neighborhoods. We don't know if they watched their daddy get shot when they were a kid. I mean, you see what I'm getting at, right? Some of these kids may be going through some stuff. See what I'm saying? You don't know. And that's the one thing these studies don't care about. And I say play your games, man. Look, I play games. When I was a kid, I played games more than 1 hour a day, baby. I would skip school to play games. My mom and dad would let me stay out of school on a Friday if I done good Monday through Thursday to play games all day as a reward. You see what I mean? Because we can miss like 15 days a semester. So they would like let me stay out of school and play games as long as I kept my grades up. So you know what I'm getting at, right? I should be, what, should I be a homicidal crazy person? Suffering from, you know, attention problems and hyperactivity? Because I'm not. Study's crazy, man. You guys let me know what you think about it below. Alright, so make sure to check out yesterday's video if you missed it. We discussed motion capture and how it's affected video games, and is it cheating to use motion capture when you create a project such as a video game. And today's YouTube spotlight shines on 2Pro4U Games. He's currently doing a series about why he loves certain zombie maps for Call of Duty. So if you're a zombies fan, definitely go check him out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.